Welcome to Business Proposals 101, part of the Professional Communication Series by me, Shoma Jurgensen, School of Business Chair for Rasmussen College in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Our learning objectives today are twofold. First is to distinguish between internal and external proposals, and then within those categories, those that are solicited or requested, and unsolicited, those that have not been requested. And secondly, explain what makes for an effective proposal. First, the types of proposals. Internal proposals are written by someone within the company and proposed to someone within the company. External proposals are more often found in your web searching, perhaps, and that is because typically external proposals are solicited or requested, and you'll find this often in the form of request for proposal. Requests for proposal are very detailed. There are very specific guidelines that the company that is proposing needs to follow, and they're very rigid in nature. Unsolicited proposals in the external field is when you perhaps have a product, for example a diagnostic machine, that you want to sell to, let's say, North Memorial. So North Memorial is your external component, and you are pitching your product to them. They have not asked for your product, but you know that it would benefit their organization, so you're going to approach them with your expertise and the specifications that have to do with that diagnostic machine. Internal proposals also can either be requested or solicited, in which case the company is somehow seeking a recommendation. Often organizations will put together a task force or a team and ask them to analyze a situation and discover opportunities or solve problems. And in that situation, there is already a state of credibility set in all three of these. As an external contractor or consultant, you have a degree of expertise or credibility. As a team putting together a recommendation, there is an inherent sense that you are qualified to make that recommendation. However, internal unsolicited proposals are the ones that we're going to discuss, because they're going to be and are very powerful, because written well you can show leadership within your organization, and that can not only further your career but the success of your business as well. Purposes for the proposal: it is a persuasive document, particularly in the case of an internal unsolicited proposal, because you are persuading someone who is not seen an opportunity or that there's a problem, that not only that there is that problem, but that you have the right solution for them. In order to do that, you do need a detailed plan of action. You want to show that you've thought it through from beginning to end. You do submit your proposal for approval. That's what makes proposals different from letters or other written work in the business arena, is that without agreement on your proposal and approval for it, work cannot move forward. And it does need to exhibit a can-do attitude or be framed in a positive light. There might be a problem that has been pervasive throughout the organization, but positioning it as a problem and detailing in ad nauseum about all the symptoms that have occurred can really show a negative attitude about the problem. Instead, show the opportunity and how the most important symptoms have contributed to holding the organization back from that opportunity, and you'll find much more success in being able to persuade your audience. There are some characteristics of internal unsolicited proposals that I'd like to review. One is that the organization has not asked for change. So you have to help them discover the need for change along with you before you move them to action. Second is the problem is often ambiguous. There's not a quick fix: add X number of hours, hire a consultant, otherwise they might have already seen that opportunity. So you are having to define part of the problem with them. And your credibility is not assumed. You have not been chosen to come up with a recommendation, either externally or internally, and therefore your proposal needs to build that credibility from within. and a track record exists. And this is important because there have been managers working in the area where you see a problem. There have been directors who might have tried to solve the problem in the past. And so it's important that you're sensitive to the history that the company has had in trying to identify and solve the problem that you see, so that you are able to gain the credibility, recognition, and support you need to get approval for that proposal. Now, in order to win approval, there are some things that are common amongst all proposals. One, the proposal must be realistic. Millions of dollars thrown at a problem can solve many things, but is that realistic for your company? Is it even the best option? So go for those solutions that are realistic but challenging, that will really make an impact on your business. Make sure you're carefully researched. If there are costs involved, that you know and understand what they are. If there are resources involved in terms of personnel or time, that you're clear what those are as well. It does need to be highly persuasive, so craft your argument carefully. Often an inductive reasoning process is very beneficial here. It does need to be visually appealing. Use bullet points and numbered lists, introductory sentences, subheadings, to allow your reader to quickly find the main points in your proposal so that it's easy to follow. The last thing you want your reader to do is fight to get the meaning of your proposal. You want it to be quickly and readily available to them. So how do I write a winning proposal? First is to organize it for easy reading. There are some conventions with internal unsolicited proposals that I'll go over in the next video called Anatomy of a Proposal. And following these conventions will organize your argument in such a way that you lead the reader through discovery to urgency to action. You want to generate that sense of discovery and then urgency. And when you get them to your solution, ensure that it is a SMART solution. And this stands for S is specific, M is measurable, A is agreed upon. Do you have support for your solution? Is it realistic yet challenging? And is it time bound? How much time will it take to institute your solution? In order to begin writing a proposal, take a look at our next step and review the video of the anatomy of a proposal. Thank you for your time. I don't know if it was any better.